We're in the Northwest Natural Appliance Center, and David is here. He's very prepared. He's going to show us something that is a staple of food in our diet.
That's right, and something that's easy. People are a little bit intimidated by making sauces, so probably the easiest one to start with is tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce. Now, you can buy this in a jar, but you're also going to be buying preservatives and other things you may not want.
Right, and you'll find that actually in the jar that most of them, it's actually tomato paste that's just been water added back to thin it back out. So you're actually going to start with, better ingredients, and this is a simple sauce, so starting with good ingredients, you're going to wind up with something really good. But you can use canned if you'd like, but I prefer to make it myself.
You'll taste the difference.
All right.
Okay.
So pretty simple. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take a couple tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to sweat some vegetables here, some onion and carrot and celery.
Okay, I've heard this before, so explain what sweating means.
Basically you're just softening the vegetables and you're getting out some of the natural sugar out of them. You're not trying to brown them, they're just going to kind of turn translucent. And basically that's just something that's just going to take just probably 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
So you want it hot enough so that they're cooking, but you don't want it so hot that they're going to brown. And again, it's going to take just about 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay, we'll wait till that happens. Okay, so the vegetables have properly sweated themselves out.
They have.
This is called a mirepoix?
Mirepoix, and in some types of food cuisine, they call it the Holy Trinity, because a lot of them have the 3 vegetables, and this one is carrot, celery, and onion.
Right.
So,
the basis of a lot of sauces, right?
Totally. So basically, we're just going to add a little bit of garlic in there now. And
like one big clove?
Yeah, it's one clove, and you want to do it after you sweat because you really don't want it to burn. You got to be really careful. So we just give that about, just 30 seconds to a minute just to kind of get a little bit of the flavor out of it, but again, not to burn.
That's funny that you do that. A lot of recipes will say add the garlic and then add everything else, and by then your garlic is already too well done.
It is, and I think you can add it earlier, but you just have to be more careful.
Right, okay. Maybe lower temp.
Lower temperature, because definitely the garlic burns really easily.
Okay.
So right now we're just going to add the tomatoes in. These are just canned tomatoes, whole tomatoes.
So do you have a preference on what kind of canned tomatoes to use?
I actually do. I mean, again, this is such a simple dish that you really want to use the best ingredients. And there's San Marzano tomatoes. They come from Italy, and they cost a little bit more, but again, it's really worth it. They're really nice Roma-style tomatoes, and they just have a really rich tomato flavor. And they are canned, but they're still wonderful.
Okay. So now this cooks for how long?
This is going to cook for probably about 35 to 45 minutes, and you just want everything to cook down. It's just going to get really nice and soft. And then at the last minute, we're going to go ahead and add some oregano.
So you just break up the tomatoes a little bit?
And you don't have to, but I like to do it because it kind of speeds up the process a little bit. And then you just bring it to a simmer and just let it cook uncovered just like that.
All right, we'll let it do its tricks. And voila, we have tomato sauce.
We do. You can see that it's reduced down quite a bit.
It's reduced down. It also looks maybe a little bit different. I mean, it looks definitely homemade, but you've got little chunks of carrot, little chunks of celery in there.
I do. And, there's probably thousands of recipes for making tomato sauce, even with so few of ingredients. And I like to add a little bit of celery, a little bit of carrot. Adds more flavor and a little bit of sweetness. And I finish up just at the end by putting in a sprig or 2 of oregano. If you put it in early, it'll take away a lot of the flavor and it'll evaporate out. And then lastly, just, a little bit of pepper. And then you'll wind up tasting it and seeing if it looks good. So, the question is, this doesn't look like the normal tomato sauce that you would get. But what you can do is you can use a food mill, and you can run it through this, and it'll make a really nice, pureed tomato sauce.
Could you cool it down as well and put it in a food processor or a blender? Or would that make it too thin?
You could try it. You could try it. I think the thing is that what's nice is if there's any skin or anything that's still a little bit firm, putting it through a food mill will actually get rid of it. But yeah, you could try that. I don't think that that's a problem.
And so this is perfect for pastas, of course, any kind of pastas. What else?
You can use this for a barbecue sauce. You can use this for pizza sauce, spaghetti sauce. This is the base for any tomato sauce at all. So anyway, this is one that I finished, and I did puree. And if you want to give that a taste, let me know what you think.
So this way the kids won't say, ew, there's green stuff in there.
Yeah, that's right. Why is there a carrot in my tomato sauce?
Ooh, it's so flavorful.
Good.
Really, really good. All right, there's your tomato sauce. Pretty easy, actually. Thanks, Chef David.
Welcome.